So, Rwby started recently. What's Rwby, you ask? Well, I don't know. How soundproof is the rock you live under, I retort. Seriously, at this point, I'd be surprised if you haven't heard of Rwby. I mean, in that case, your so-called rock is less of a rock and more of an anti-radiation bomb shelter. I'm still not funny, am I? Hang on, let me just find another couple of YouTubers to rip off. Seriously though, in direct contrast to Rwby, there's another small anime-inspired web series with about the same production value that's been around for about a year and a half now, but since it wasn't made by Rooster Teeth, it kinda went under the radar. And it's sad too, because Tome, despite no one hearing about it, is actually better than Rwby. Hold on, put away your torches and pitchforks, I'm not done yet. See, I only say this because Tome has a 1.5 year lead on Rwby, and in that time there's been a lot of development centering around the 5 main characters and their friendship. In fact, so much so that if you watch episode 4 and it doesn't make you go, aww, I will find out where you live, personally drive to your house and give you a puppy. See, Rwby hasn't really had the time to get into the good stuff yet. Other than the fight scenes, of course. That said, Tome was actually pretty fast about getting into the good stuff, like character development and whatnot, with a really strong first episode. Heck, we even had a lot of mystery started with the whole hidden power and associated parties. In contrast, Rwby just had like, this prick. And maybe the silver eye thing, but that's pretty subtle. But that's okay, Rwby, you're excused. I mean, there's a lot of shows which have slow starts, so I'm pretty sure you'll get to it. I mean, we're already starting to see hints of it, like where Black Shop, that's her name, reacts socially for once when Rwby starts talking to her about books. So yeah, given a bit of time, I'm pretty sure they'll actually be on par with each other. Both series have different strengths and weaknesses, but disregarding Rwby's slight lack of depth for now, they actually seem to rival each other blow for blow. Like, check this. Music! Tome has some catchy theme music, and Rwby has a couple of kick-ass tunes to begin with, so I'd say music's about equal. That said, Rwby does have one song that I can't stop listening to. Animation! With those action scenes, are you kidding me? This isn't even a competition. Although it's worth mentioning Tome, while overall isn't as good looking, is more consistent. There aren't really any jarring moments like this. Well, comedy! I think Tome definitely has better footing with this. With a wide cast of quirky characters with unique features, Tome always had the capacity for a lot of funny moments. And not to mention some of the side characters.
I'm a maniac! I blew him up! I blew them all up! Oh, darn me the heck!
You sure f***ing did.
Whoa, man! Hold up! I happen to take offense to that kind of language. I'd have washed your mouth out with soap, yes I should!
F***ing great. You're a good little Christian boy as always, Whiskers.
Man, I ain't got no whiskers! Lord!
Let's get back to business and find this thing. My PayPal's in need of some cash.
Your PayPal is empty and you need cash now! Let's find that thingy! And what are we looking for again?
What the heck?
As said before, Tome already has a bunch of other stuff to its advantage, like some really sweet writing and a lot of character development, which it manages to even bring up in the first episode, but it's not unusual for shows to be slow starting, so it's quite likely we'll see Rwby's full potential given enough time. Gotta say though, both these series have one slight downside. They're cliché to the max. I mean seriously, a school for worlds said magic and an online video game? Oh no, we haven't seen that before. Even most of the characters are cliched. I mean, let's see, we got the strong silent type, shy normal type, happy bubbly type, typical comic relief character, stuck a bitch, and girl. Just girl. Well, the only really original character is Nylock, who's a role player of all things. Like, he's a comic relief character, but the fact his character is effectively faking his personality the whole time is pretty interesting. But while settings and characters are a bit overly inspired, I don't think that's any reason to take away points from the two shows. Sure, they're not exactly original, but they're still really enjoyable. The fact the settings and character archetypes are overdone are really just superficial features when you think about it. What really matters is what the characters go through and how they communicate with each other. Doesn't matter what this bitch acts like initially, what matters is how she changes, and that change will probably be different enough from what we've seen before that it won't be anything like watching the same characters interact again, just in a different show. You know what show really proves this point? Avatar. Yeah, that's right. You got your stupid hyperactive kid, Miss Bossy Pants, sarcastic relief, generic tomboy character, and not to mention angsty McAngstface, all wrapped together in a generic world of adventure. with some magic for good measure. Did it matter? Hell no! Because the way all these elements interacted together was interesting, heartwarming, and different. The tomboy is overprotected by her parents because she's blind, and that in turn causes her rebellious nature, and that in turn brought out Miss Bossy Pants' mothering side to create a lot of interesting dialogue. Furthermore, we got to see the kid grow from some naive idiot into a strong, mature figure. And to top it off, Avatar still provides me with the best example of a comic relief character who's actually freaking useful. You listening to me, Usopp? Useful. Useful. That's about it for this review. So if you want to watch Tome, the link's in the description. I also put the link to Rwby in there just in case, even if I think it's kind of rare that you could have heard of Tome and not Rwby as well. Really though, you should go watch Tome. After all, the only reason it hasn't got the publicity it deserves is because it's not doing anything original. Oh yeah, in case you hadn't noticed, I'm still trying to work out what this thing called comedy is, but bear with me though. I'm sure I'll have some pretty good stuff after a bit of practice. I think. But hey, if you like my videos anyway, then like, subscribe, share, send panties in the mail, whatever.